I played as a professional in Basque Country Real Sociedad team, and I was more in the academy, and I had very good coaches, but one of them in the first team was John Toshak, and really was a very good impact for me, his management. He was a leader, and he was extremely demanding with the players, and his authority at the beginning was my first impact of him was his authority. When I started as a coach after my knee injury, was the influence was family, my father or my grandfather, was my passion for football. I learned a lot with my own experiences as a player when I was not being successful, was sometimes was tough. My moment as a player with some injury, with playing not in high level because I was playing in championship, and as a coach I wanted to change completely and be more successful as a coach than as a player I was, and really I was very motivated to get more than I got as a player.
Unai was probably the first manager that started talking about life, giving a perspective. I still remember him with, the changing room with his notebook, and sharing life experiences, trying to help players, trying to help us to understand that life wasn't just about football. There were other things as well, and yeah, it was a great experience. Even I remember him on the bus, always reading, trying to self-develop.
Every experience I had in every team was fantastic for me because I think they helped me to be better as a coach. And in different situations, the pressure was more or less, but in Valencia was fantastic my 4 years there, because we were being 3 times after Real Madrid and Barcelona. They were really being very strong in our league there, and we got 3 times the third position, and in that moment was very important because we were playing in Champions League, and Champions League after our domestic league was the objective always we were facing, and I had as well very good players there, and I enjoyed it a lot, and it's my first experiences I had more or less being successful in the top level.
We had to solve players like David Villa, David Silva, Juan Mata, all these players, but he was always focusing on the team performance more than individuals. Like, one of his biggest skills, he loves talent. He's a manager who loves players with that they're different, and he loves to take these players into functioning in a team and as a team. And that's a big challenge because these big talent players, sometimes they're a little bit more independent and it's difficult to make them work as a team, but he did that. Wow, it's incredible. His achievements at Sevilla, I think, defines everything. It's not an easy club with a lot of pressure as well, and he created a winning mentality and a belief that took the team to another level, put players into the next level as well. It's just incredible what he achieved there, and probably that gave him the platform to keep taking steps forward.
Unai Emery is the new Arsenal manager. That has just been confirmed by the club themselves. And they've got somebody with great experience who knows how to win, of course, coming off a domestic treble with PSG.
This club is respected all over the world, and I would just like him to bring his own ideas. Will be a different speech, a different way to see the game.
Arsenal, of course, had a golden invincible season 14 years ago now, but no league title since. It's a new era for them under Unai Emery, and it starts here today.
It's such a big story to be the manager following after Aston Wenger. I think it's a big responsibility because you know what's gonna come after. The expectations from the fans, everyone obviously trying to we need to win titles, investment. And Unai obviously coming from winning titles already. Everyone was expecting that he could deliver that. and it was a difficult. Premier League is a different league. It takes time to adapt, and probably, me personally, in my opinion, they didn't give him enough time to actually succeed.
I understand the supporters, they are now frustrated and they are disappointed and they are angry.
Arsene Wenger reigned for 22 years at Arsenal. Unai Emery has lasted just 18 months after the club's worst run for 27 years.
A fantastic coach with a proven record. A little bit of a rest. Another big club will come for him, and his career will be back on track.
I think the first time where I came across the new generation of manager was Unai Emery at Arsenal, and that's where I was like, whoa, there's so much details that he goes through and analyses everything, how teams are setting up, how we're going to break them down, how we're going to build up from the back. Yeah, that was the first time where I was kind of opened my eyes to this is a new generation of management.
Despair for Manchester United, they fall at the final hurdle, but for Villarreal it is pure joy. They've won their first ever major trophy, and Unai Emery is a specialist as well. He's become the first manager ever to win the Europa League, or its former incarnation as the UEFA Cup, on 4 occasions, and now he has brought it to Villarreal as well.
Breaking news on Aston Villa's Twitter feed. They have just announced they are delighted to announce the appointment of Unai Emery as the club's new head coach.
He has a certain style of how he wants us to play, and that's something that we're trying to adapt to right now as well. You guys can see it from our previous results in the Premier League of how well we are adapting and taking on that style. And I think for us the meetings are long. But I think it's helped us a lot.
I was a bit suspect when he first came in, if I'm being quite honest. And I think, the expectation of what lies beneath Unai Emery, of what he's passed and where he's been and what he's achieved. Fans get that excited that they think it's just going to happen, but he's proved me wrong straight away.
You can see that right now with his defensive line. He's really aggressive, always trying to play on the position pitch. But I think right now he made the ultimate product of being an offensive team that scores a lot of goals, but being able to defend really well as well. But at the same time, I think he's a manager who is really adaptable. He always adapts his playing style and formations to the players that he's got. I'm gonna analyze the abilities of the players, and from there I'm gonna design what's the best for them. If you look at how he's playing at Aston Villa, it's different to what he's playing before at Sevilla, what he's playing at Arsenal. It's completely different. That's one of his skills. Again, we're going back to getting the maximum and the best performance of every single player, to help the team performance.
Revered everywhere he's been. Tough for him at Arsenal in the wake of Arsene Wenger leaving, but I think if you go around Europe, he's one of the top coaches. And I think if he hadn't had that period at Arsenal, I think a lot of top jobs are available this summer. He'd be linked with them. He's absolutely top-notch, and it's absolutely a coaching achievement, this, because without him, there's no way Aston Villa are where they are.
Even now, always I am waking up in the morning and being grateful with football, everything football gave me before, and trying to add every day something more as a coach, as a person in my back. And I still being young in my mind, and I want to add more experiences and to build and to create from now until the next year more and more different experiences and hopefully with Aston Villa being successful.